3, 2, 1. So we're back. We're back again.
Oh yeah,
back again.
Stay in Your Lane, episode number 7.
That's right.
My name is Namir Aldura. This is my boy, the co-host, the man, the technical dude, Laith Al-Bazargan, right? And we have our boy here, you know, someone that's very close to me, very important, someone special to my heart, Mr. Stephane Savaete.
The Frenchy.
The Frenchy. I
I'll
like
try to
it.
speak correctly tonight for you.
I like it. The hashtag.
I think I can hear you now better.
Get used to it.
So just so everyone knows, hold up before we get started, please hit up the like button, subscribe to the channel, show us some love. I'm going to remind you guys about this at the end of the episode as well, because we need people to follow to make the Stay in Your Lane movement happen, right? So show us some love.
Keep it going.
Stay in your lane.
So this is the second time we're trying to do this, Steph.
Yep.
You guys honestly missed out, and maybe at some point we're going to put out some blooper
We have
reel.
to release it.
We have to release it at some point.
We must.
But yeah, we already did this with Stephane last week.
Yeah, it was pretty amazing.
It was really, really good.
I think it was the best episode ever.
For sure, you know. Between the two episodes that we had, it was pretty good. I don't want to go that far, but it was pretty good.
Unfortunately, the technical guy screwed up really bad.
Who is that?
That's myself, speaking about myself.
What was the screw up? So explain to us.
So basically, as we're adjusting this equipment, I didn't select the microphone input to come from the mics. So we actually recorded the entire podcast using the laptop microphone, which
Amazing.
sounds horrible.
So we're good today, right? We're good.
Yeah, I hope so.
Let me sum it up. So the problem is you put it in the wrong hole.
No, I didn't know where the hole was.
Okay.
It goes even deeper than that.
Oh man. Yeah, so we're here. We're here. COVID is still here, right? We always have to start. We have to always start it with our COVID update. So yeah, we're still COVID semi-lockdowns. We're allowed to make movements 6 a.m. till 10 p.m. In Dubai. So we're speaking specifically about Dubai, UAE.
Yep.
Things seem to be coming to the new normal, right? So. Look, I think in general, the environment has been set for it, right? So the rules are there. 30% occupancy in offices, 30% in restaurants, maximum of 4 people if they're your family in a car.
With no mask.
With no mask.
Yeah, with no mask. Yeah, true, yeah.
But wait. Does it... So if you're within your own family,
Yep.
you can have more than 3 people, which was the previous...
No, I think you can
Guideline.
up to 3, no?
The previous guideline was 3 in a vehicle.
Correct.
They've just adjusted it now to 4 in a vehicle if they're your family.
Did they say 4 or more than 3?
No, they said 3 in a vehicle, restricted.
The new one.
The new one, they're saying 4
4.
if it's the family.
All right.
I heard like no mask if it's the family.
This is the thing. I've been wearing a mask in the car. Have you been wearing a mask in the car?
Yeah.
So what do you mean no mask?
So now only taxi, Kareem, Uber drivers have to wear a mask. So if it's you and your family or your household,
Or you're by yourself.
you don't need to wear a mask.
Are you sure?
This is how I understood it.
I would wear a mask anyway.
Yeah, because I heard they were hitting tickets up on people with the cameras.
No, that was long. That was
Okay.
at the start of the quarantine.
Guys, if we're wrong about this,
Yeah.
please make mention of it in the comments, and we'll definitely read it, and I'll be informed, and you'll probably save me $1,000 ticket.
The thing is, the
1,000 dirham.
guidelines keep updating every day. That it's difficult to keep on track.
I think it's natural. It's natural, right? As more information is coming out, I think the latest crazy information or really important information that I heard is that they're saying now they're at a point where they're putting out children under the age of 10 cannot give. Is that transmit? Is that the proper terminology?
Yeah,
so they are not sitting there and giving the COVID to others. So they can carry it, they can have it, but they're not transmitting
So they can't spread
the virus. Yeah,
They can't
spread it.
Oh,
Interesting.
About it.
This seems to it's I've seen
Where did you hear it?
I've seen 2 studies come out. So even in Switzerland now, they've advised that children can hug their grandparents, but at your peril. All right, so they have a disclaimer. They've put a disclaimer, but they're saying that based on the data and based on the information, it seems as though children cannot transmit it to people. So that's why they're also looking to open up schools now, especially nurseries, right? So this is the latest information. Again, the data or the information is changing consistently. It may be wrong. Please don't mark my words. This is what I've heard. I have no clue, right? So don't go drinking bleach. Don't go drinking Detol. Don't go listening to every Joe Schmo, myself included, although I am, again, a master. You guys have to remember that. A master of
He's
science.
never going to let it go.
I'm going to bring it up every episode, guys.
You should make a t-shirt.
When you guys want me to stop saying it, listen, I'm going to make a deal with you. When they want me to stop saying it, right, put it in the comments, and I promise you, the first 5 comments to say, and it's not coming from the same person, so Steph, don't do that right now. I know how you think right away. First 5 people to say, stop mentioning master, me being the master, I'll stop it. But up until that point, you're going to hear it every single episode, every single time that we sit together. Sorry, Laith.
Okay, master.
You should get a t-shirt. You should get a t-shirt.
I think so.
I think he keeps saying it until he gets sick of it. Problem is, he's not going to get sick of it.
No, it's like him telling on the golf course some stuff. He's like, I'm going to get sick of it. It's like, freaking like, I know you for like, what now, 5 years?
5 years.
And keep on saying this stuff again and again.
Is it
every
only
time
5 years? More, man. More.
No, 6 years. Sorry, 6 years.
So speaking of golf, have you guys had the itch?
Oh, I'm so dying to go out, man.
Yeah. That's a plan now for, what, June 6th?
June 6th, we're doing our tournament. So we're part of a group. Laith used to be part of the group, but then he just did some weird voyeuristic thing. He was watching us, and then he stopped participating, and then he eventually walked away.
What kind of group was it?
It was a golf group. It's a WhatsApp golf group. It's called Poles and Holes, right? It's got a lot of our good friends on it. We do a tournament quarterly. Yeah, it's quite fun. So I'm looking forward to it. I think it's our friend Rocky's last time before he heads to Toronto.
Yeah, he's heading back.
Yeah, that's quite sad.
I mean, even if we wanted to let him win,
that's a tough one.
It's impossible.
Horrible. Sorry, Rocky. Horrible.
But do you know, have they opened up the golf courses yet?
Yeah, they've opened it up. Yeah. So I'm super excited. To be honest, I'm up for a 9 if you guys are ever down for it. Quick 9.
Yeah, man. Early morning, because it's like crazy warm now.
It is, man. It's starting.
The humidity has set in.
Yep.
The last couple of days have been okay, actually, to be honest. Me and Besma have been sitting up on the roof.
I think you're tolerating it.
I think so, too. And I think the roof kind of gives us a different. So on the roof of our house, we sit there.
You probably get a breeze.
Get a little bit of a breeze, so it's slightly better.
Where we're living, it's because we're right in the middle of the water. We got bodies of water both sides.
In the palm.
Yeah, so it gets humid right away.
You're on what? On Golden Mile?
Yeah.
Apartment number?
Put it out there.
007.
You'll see the stalker now. Like
112.
Stalker in front of the building.
We're actually looking at other options now, thinking of moving. Construction noises.
Such a hassle to move, isn't it, man?
Especially now. You can't even go,
Do you guys experience the typical thing that happens here? Because Dubai just builds at an unbelievable pace.
Yeah.
So you wake up one day and all of a sudden the view you had is no longer the view. And boom, there's a building in construction. I think that's what happened with you, right?
Right. Like within 2 months, 3 months from moving in. And then the previous place as well, there was construction. So you're living in a construction zone, basically, throughout.
But you don't need anymore there was some permit, no needed to get in and to get out of the palm, like during the lockdown.
No, there was no permit. Basically, we're just checking if you have the movement permit.
Yeah, but I mean, there was a moment to enter the palm during this COVID time. There were like there were some checkpoints at the entry of the palm.
There was, yeah. So I didn't experience it though. I've dodged them every time I've gone. My wife had gone through one once. At the beginning of it.
But they were just checking the permits.
Just checking the permits, yeah. Making sure everybody was wearing the permits. You have your mask on, gloves.
Okay. So we in Dubai were experiencing initially in the hardcore lockdown, we had it where we required permits, right? So we had to apply for permits. Yeah. There was basically 4 activities that you could apply a permit for. So grocery / pharmacy was one. ATM, bank, emergency. And then at the end they did bank transfer. Right, they introduced it, I think, the last 2-3 days, and then now that's all been removed. So.
There was a crazy stat that they put out. They were processing something around 1,200 passes per minute.
Per minute?
Wow.
Per minute.
Mad respect.
Dubai police.
Mad respect to Dubai police for doing that, man. I must say, one of the cool things in Dubai is we've got a lot of e-accessible
Services?
services,
Yeah.
the government services. A lot of the things you can do it online, registrations, salat, a lot of things. So it's pretty cool.
I might be wrong on the date, but I think by 2021 or 2022, I think it's closer, 2021, they have a mandate to be a paperless government.
I can see them doing that for sure. I can see them do that for sure.
Look, if I compare to France, you see, like in France, you have to print. You need like still the permit to get out, right?
Yeah.
But so it's self-declaration. So you need to print the document, sign it, and it's like.
Are you
so,
serious?
Yeah. So you need a printer at home,
Oh my God.
and then you walk with your little paper, like, and when the police stops you, you have to open the paper.
Physically show
Yeah,
them the paper.
So they're like, basically they say you have to stop touching common stuff, right, to not transmit the virus. So it's like, here you go. So if you have it, you transfer.
You transmit it.
Yeah, transmit it. Yeah.
That's super weird. Super weird. Has things gotten better in France? So you have family in France.
Just my dad, yeah, but things are okay. Just like they're gonna do the end of the lockdown on 11th of May.
Mm-hmm.
So they say that they're gonna open the school again. But I learned the other day that basically they're just gonna open, but it's not mandatory to go. So
Okay. So they're giving them the option to
it's like you get
for students, you mean, or for
schools are open
Across the board.
Across.
So
Yeah.
all ages, all.
I'm not sure all ages, but at least
I wonder how it works
the
for
younger
teachers. Like, do the teachers get the option as well, or
I mean, I guess if the school is open, the teachers has to go back.
They have to be there.
They have to be there. But the kids, they're like, well, it depends on the parent. If the parents say
Yeah.
you can go, they go. Otherwise, so it's a bit weird. It's a bit weird. Anyway,
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, look, with all this COVID stuff, I think there's been two things that have been established, at least for me. And it's something that I've always been a big proponent of, but now more so than ever, which is, man, anyone working in healthcare, doctors, nurses, and superheroes, man, underpaid no matter what. No matter what, right? With all the things that they're doing. And then also, mad respect to the teachers, man. They're sitting there teaching, spending time with our kids, giving all this energy, and now you feel the effort now that they're not there, right? Now they're home, everyone's forced to homeschool, and you see that dynamic and how important they are in the growth and development of the kids. And I think you have to show respect for that.
but respect as well to the wives at home. I mean, I'm saying wives. I know it's like very like ooh, but I mean,
Very
to the
sexist.
Yeah, very sexist.
what about the husbands?
That doesn't represent stay in your
Goes both
podcast.
This
Views.
is exactly. So you're gonna cut this one, but no.
I think
to the
you
parents.
get the second stay in your lane. That's ever been said on the podcast.
That's got to be a thing, by the way. You should print a
cards.
card.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should print a card.
Your
and
second
just
stay in your lane.
stuff it.
Speaking of teachers, did you hear about the teachers in Mexico getting attacked by bleach? Sorry,
No.
not teachers, doctors, like healthcare workers.
Attacked by
Bleach, because
like
people in Mexico
They're
are
throwing bleach on them.
yeah, because they're thinking they're the ones that are spreading the virus.
Get out of here.
Swear to God.
So
It's been going on- it's been going
thank
on
you for taking care of me and helping my people and all the people around
Mexico
me.
City
here.
Hospital.
No way.
Yeah.
That's kind of rough, guys. Mexico, mad love to Mexico. I like you guys, but you got to stop doing that, man. The
So here's
doctors
what
are
it
there to
quotes.
help
This
you.
is from Time website, time.com. If people see that you're a nurse or that you work at a hospital, they look at you like you're infected. So this is the impression that people have there of people in healthcare.
That's not cool. That's not cool, boys.
crazy.
Yeah. Ah,
By the way, different topic, because COVID, you can spend like hours on it. And
yeah, for sure. Change it up. Let's get
Yeah.
positive vibes.
I saw that because I've been on your website,
Mm-hmm.
and if you type like
Which website is that? Please, can you say the name?
Okay, I Google it. Stay in your lane podcast. If you go on Google, on YouTube, you can find it. Don't forget to like. It's that right there.
Yeah, exactly. Like it. So you just did it again. And you know why you gotta like it? I'm gonna tell you guys. I'm gonna tell you guys why you gotta like it. You gotta like it because Google and YouTube's got this crazy algorithm, and liking and subscribing stuffs us into your feeds, and then you live with us, and then we're just kind of part of your day in, day out. So, anyways,
But
sorry,
I think
go ahead.
you need to explain why you post the first video, but it's mentioned number 6.
Oh yeah, that's a very good. I'm gonna leave it for the technical guy to answer that one. So we've shot. This is our 7th episode, but our first episode to go live is episode 6.
It's disgraceful. The first episode.
The first episode, guys. The first episode was just.
If anybody's trying to start a podcast, my advice to them,
Don't call me.
that's for sure. But don't get hammered before you're.
Yeah, that wasn't cool. That wasn't cool at all.
Yeah, it just kind of happened. We didn't plan it. We were so eager to get started that, during the COVID, the quarantine, we were like, oh yeah, let's just set it up. We managed to record something, which is an achievement on its own.
Big achievement.
And then the second podcast, what was wrong with it? It only recorded half an hour.
Yep. Oh yeah, that's what it was. By the way, DSLRs having a cap on their recording time is really, really unacceptable. Yep. Unacceptable.
Bollocks.
So you got to stop that. And I think we can thank our European friends for that one. Thanks, Steph. So
number 3, what was number 3? Number 3 was the first Zoom. So we had an online guest.
Perfect time to plug our next episode. So our next episode is going to have my very good friend, Dr. Nick, dialing in from Michigan, United States. He's a doctor. I don't want to ruin his CV, but I think he's the head of interventional radiology in Ann Arbor. So we're going to have him on. So we're going to have a good perspective on what's happening with COVID, with the hospitals, with healthcare in the U.S. So it'll be really interesting. So hopefully you guys can check that out when it comes out. Yeah, so that's going to be our second Zoom. So that was our first Zoom. Yep. It wasn't so bad.
It wasn't bad at all.
It was a really good one.
Yeah. The only thing that we had an issue was there was a little bit of static because of the wiring that we used from the laptop.
That's right.
And then Mr. Stephane showed up for the 5th.
You just jumped a number.
You went on 3rd, no?
3rd and then 4th. I can't remember. It was just us two.
Yeah.
It was just us two. 4th was just us two.
No, that was 2. 1, 2, us alone.
Yeah.
3 with Hamdi.
Yeah.
4 with Stephane.
Yeah. 5.
5
with Mike. No, Michael was 6.
Mike was 6. Anyways,
guys,
let's not dwell on it.
So this is like the 7th iteration, but the 6th is on now with Michael. It's an interesting one. We speak again. I'm sorry, guys, but obviously COVID is consuming us. Me and Michael, very good friends. We've had multiple debates about what's the right thing to do. So I thought it would be good to bring him on, have him on this platform, and let him express his feelings about why he feels the quarantine's a little harsh. So he feels that, it wasn't really choice. So his whole theme was, you got to give people the choice. By telling people to stay home, you're not giving them the choice, and you're taking away from their livelihood. So I think that's in a gist of it. Watch the episode. It's really interesting. He has a pretty good perspective. He defends his point quite well. So check that out.
So how much time do you need between the time you record it and the time you put it live? The episode I'm talking here.
The time is getting shorter and shorter because the editing skills are slowly getting better.
Mm.
You can typically get it done within 4 to 5 hours if you have everything set up properly. Because it takes we're recording an hour.
Yep.
On average. It takes probably another hour and a half to go through it and make sure that it's sliced and set up correctly with the multicams.
Yeah.
Correct the audio, find any issues with it, correct it, render it, and then publish it on YouTube.
Okay.
So yeah, it takes about 3 to 4 hours if you know what you're doing.
Yeah, and speaking of which, and now we got to start putting our audio versions out for the podcast.
Yeah.
So we're going to do that. And we may actually, with the audio, might be able to release some of the earlier episodes.
Yeah.
Right? Because I think the biggest issue we've been facing is generally around the video.
I think it would be a great blooper reel to have.
I think so. The bad thing with Steph was that our audio just wasn't working. Right?
Fine.
And with Steph's accent, it was...
I was struggling trying to understand him, even with clear audio.
Yeah, me too. I was trying. Sound coming out of me, I was like, whoa.
So tell me,
Yeah.
I noticed you have the Garmin Fenix 5?
S.
5S.
Yeah.
So I've been eyeing this watch for the last maybe 2-3 months, and I'm trying to find the right one to buy. So I think the S is the one that I've realized.
Depends what you want to do with it. What you're looking for.
Everyday watch that I can use for the other stuff that
But you're a hiker, right? You like to go hiking. And
recently I started hiking, yeah.
Because the new one, there is another model. I think there's a 6
Solar.
now. There's a 6 now that came out.
There's so many versions. That's why it required some research. I'm telling you, when you look at it, there's like 6-7 iterations from the same watch.
Yeah. But it's a great watch. I mean, can't complain. It's like, It's easy to wear. You can have it like on daily basis. It can look like pro. It can look like super relaxed.
Yeah.
There's so many stuff on it. The other day was just like Googling stuff, and I found like you can upload some app on it from the phone and everything. Anyway.
You were using it for the biking thing, right?
The biking, the running, triathlon.
You did the triathlon.
Yeah, I did.
Tell us about the triathlon. How was that experience?
When did you do it?
Feb last year, not this Feb.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Was
In
it
Dubai?
Was it a full triathlon
It was a
or
sprint one?
a sprint?
So
Okay,
it's like 700 meters, 750 meters swim,
yeah.
20K bike and 5K run.
What was the hardest? The swimming?
The swimming.
Swimming is
That's what everybody
always,
says.
yeah, dude. I mean, that's what stresses me out.
I mean, if you
Especially open water.
yeah, but open water was in Jebel Ali, so it was
Calm waters.
calm water. So
Yeah.
it was 2 laps of 350 meters.
Okay.
So you just have to get in, then you get out, then you run a little bit, and you go again in the water. It's fun, but I suck at swimming.
Yeah.
So and it's like the first time you're like, oh, let's go, everybody like pushing. So you try to follow people, and after like 150 meters, you like start to sink in the water. You're like,
And you're like, oh my God.
where's my
no.
yeah. So it's a fun one. It's a fun experience. It's actually a good.
You train for it. You
Yeah, I've been serious for like 2-3 weeks, and I start traveling again.
Wow.
And
So you trained for 3 weeks before?
No, I mean it was a bet. Decided with friends on New Year's
While
Eve.
while you're drinking.
On New Year's Eve,
Obviously.
we were like, yeah, let's make a triathlon. Okay, easy. Let's do it.
do triathlon.
Yeah,
You've
Exactly.
never done a triathlon before?
No.
But you've ran a marathon.
Yes, running and cycling. Yes,
Yeah, I see.
Okay.
but we were like, okay, let's do it as a small challenge, right? We said like 2 months. Okay, so we did this, and we were serious literally for 2 to 3 weeks, where we were like meeting, training, like running, the swimming. Everybody was doing this.
Was it
all
really
stuff.
painful? I imagine it being extremely painful.
Well, it's just the transition which is hard, because the legs are doing like different motions. So you start like swimming, then you have to start running. You don't feel. I mean, I was not feeling my legs, and you go on a bike. Your legs are used to this, and then you have to stop and start running. So you look like an idiot. You
The whole
literally-
time, yeah.
You're
Like-
struggling to keep your
Interesting.
balance.
Would
But
you do it again?
Yeah, it's a fun one. I will do it, and if this time I would take a proper coach to swim, to learn properly
Yeah.
how to
Yeah.
swim.
To,
Because
to conserve your energy and use it in an efficient way, right? Like you don't want to be.
because for me, I spent like the 20K on the bike just to recover from
The swim.
from the swim, and when I started running, just at the stage, at the spot where all the audience were, the public was, like I had a massive cramp on my legs, so so it's.
Cycling would be my niche where I'd be catching up the most.
I mean, I think. Look, I think
Running would be second, and then swimming
Exactly.
would be my disaster.
I think that's in general. Aside from someone that's grew up swimming competitively, I think by default, I would imagine swimming is the most challenging. It's challenging.
Yeah.
It's an unnatural, challenging motion. Your efficiency is very impactful on the ability to sustain. It's a harder breathing cycle.
Well, that's the thing. I think if you have the breathing locked in,
Oh, this is it.
it's easier than running because there's no impact. You're not putting stress on your joints. You're just doing the rhythm and breathing. And you just got to make sure your lactic acid buildup in your muscles is under control.
But I feel as though that running is just much more natural. You run since you're a kid, right? By the way, we have a special guest. We were wondering if he was going to say that. Our special guest is Leo, which is Laith's dog.
Leo.
You got to show them. Yeah, so you got to.
He?
Is he going to come? He's between our feet right now. Yeah.
He's got him.
All right. So say hi. Say hi,
Hi,
Leo.
Leo.
There it is. What's up?
Who's a good boy?
There's Leo. What's going on, Leo? Okay, you're blocking the camera, Leo.
Leo.
You've taken
Leo,
your
sit.
space.
The dogs match the
Good
the
boy.
There he is.
Good boy. Give me a high five. High five. Good boy.
All right.
Yalla, come down.
Much love, Leo. We love you. We're gonna bring you on as a guest. Maybe when we bring Joe Rogan on, he can bring Marshall, his dog, and then we can put Leo and Marshall together. By the way, mad respect to Joe Rogan. We've got to show props where
Big
it's
props.
due. The
Big props.
godfather of this domain.
So I told you today I dove in deep into his YouTube channel. So we were talking about how we can set up our channel. And there's very little minute detail that you have to pay attention to, and it will generate more views. People it'll be easier for them to access your podcast and know what you're talking about. So I went through the rabbit hole of going through his entire podcast updates. I didn't watch all of them, but I wanted to see how he started and the progression of where he ended up. And it's crazy. It's crazy. The dedication and the vision he had to see this come through before monetizing it, before making it famous.
I agree. I think, look, I think it just goes to kind of highlight what I feel is one of the key elements of success for people, which is consistency, man. Is that dedication and that consistency. The guy's done 1,500 plus episodes, right? Over a 10-year period. He has sustained and consistently put out that thing till it blew up and became the biggest thing out there.
Yep.
And I think that's just life in general, right? Like, you work out, you exercise. If you do it consistently, you're gonna get the results that you want. You work in your job. You sit there. If you give it the dedication and the effort and the work and the consistency, you get it.
You know, I struggle. I find that harder said than done because, you know, when you have those days when you're like,
this is it. That's the separation.
I don't want to do anything.
And what you're saying is exactly the separation between success and the average person.
On days all the time.
You're gonna sit there. The average Joe is gonna sit there and prioritize sitting and watching a show.
Yep.
Than putting in that little bit of extra effort, right? Or that little bit of energy.
Bite the bullet.
You got to just do it, man, for the long run. And yeah, this is what we're trying to do right now.
Mm-hmm.
Consistency. We just got to keep popping it out for the people. We're hoping we can catch.
Need to get some of the alpha brain.
Get some of the alpha brain. Oh man, we're just.
You tried it, right?
I tried it. I did it for a while. Yeah, this is okay. I didn't sense that. I wasn't engaging my brain so effectively at the time to sit and say that it impacted it so significantly, but, you know.
I want to try it out.
Yeah.
But I heard something, guys. You were saying that you're talking about working out and everything.
Ooh.
How's the working out during the lockdown?
Not for me, man.
I'm doing a few pull-ups here and there, a few push-ups.
Yeah.
Nothing consistent, nothing serious.
I heard you did the yoga today.
Today I did. So I don't know if you guys remember, a few years ago, there was a really popular kind of thing that came out. It was P90X, right? Remember that?
I have that.
Yeah,
P90X.
Exactly. You're the one who gave me the yoga. So I did today.
Extreme yoga.
Yoga X from P90X. I only use P90X, and I've only been using it for the ab routine. So they have an ab routine called Ab Ripper X.
Okay.
15 exercises. You do it 25 times. It takes about, 20 minutes to do, but it is death.
Yep.
And if you do it consistently, you get results. It's legit. So today, my wife's been on me. That's mad respect. She's been doing it. And she pushed me into doing it today.
Did you
my
sweat?
Body, this is not designed. No, seriously, this is not designed to do yoga.
Yeah, but everybody says that.
I'm so tense. I'm so stiff.
It's natural.
And that was like extreme. It was so hard, man. And I was sweating. And then it was good because Farhat was eating. And he was like taking forever to eat and whatever. So then I used it as an excuse to stop in between to go and talk to him as if I was like, but really I was using it as a resting thing because it was really, really challenging. So,
but yoga's like, you gotta look at yoga like golf. The more you do it, the better you get at it. Or actually, in your case, it's
you've done yoga.
A little bit, like few sessions here and there. I enjoy it. It's actually.
Yeah. But you're always improving every single time, and then that's what I found out about it. Is that when I first tried this program?
Yeah.
Actually, my first experience with yoga was Hatha yoga, the hot yoga stuff.
Yeah, Bikram.
I don't know if it's
there's
Bikram
a million.
or
There's
Hatha. It's where the room is like 38 degrees or 37 degrees.
You wear yoga pants?
No.
That was my next question.
Surfer shorts.
Surfer shorts. I like it.
I'm sure you were wearing yoga pants.
Lululemon?
Wearing no pants. What do you mean? Sorry.
6 minutes in, 7 minutes in, drenched, can't breathe, gonna pass out. And you look around and it's like these 90-pound women that are like...
Dude, they do things... I can't even do it.
Yeah.
I cannot even try to do it.
No, it's not that you don't have the flexibility. It's exhausting.
It is exhausting, but I don't have the flexibility.
It's taxing on your lungs and your whole entire system.
The breathing required.
Breathing, yeah.
People underestimate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, mad respect. So I'm gonna try. I've been doing meditation regularly, and so you talk about things that we've been doing during this time. I've built a routine around meditation, which has been amazing. And we've been doing it as a family, so it's been really, really good. And to be honest, I don't know if we had Besma on the podcast. By the way, guys, honestly, I've been dying to get my wife to just be there. She doesn't need to say nothing. I think it would be good and healthy for our podcast to do this. But anyways, so she pushed me into it, and I can tell you honestly, it's improved the mindset, and I feel like it's improved the relationship as well. So I learned how to tolerate with her bullshit right now because of the meditation. So I've learned more patience.
Yeah.
I've learned to say, "You are right, honey."
Yeah.
And take a breath in and a breath out. Go punch the pillow.
Yeah.
Breathe in, breathe out.
I'm just teasing. But no, in all honesty, it's helped a lot. It's really helped with my perspective. It's really helped with my emotional control. So I highly recommend it if you're not doing it. Honestly, man. Meditation, it's really good. 10 minutes, 15 minutes in the morning, it's really good for you.
Yeah. No, more into yoga, stretching, just this part.
Stretching. I've always been into stretching.
Yeah.
Stretching is, I think that's how I've stayed somewhat in shape because I've always stretched. And I've always, before even knowing what I was doing, it just felt good. Stretching out, you know.
A lot of things feel good. You do them all. So look, I was just thinking about it, man. I'm like, Steph, me and Laith, we have people around us. How has it been living on your own, man? Is it tough? Or are you enjoying it? Or you can speak to all the lonely people like you. Go ahead.
No, it's okay. To be honest, it's okay. The first days is like, okay, you know, you're home. You like when you talk and nobody responds. So at least it's like it's a good thing. Nobody disagree with you. But no, I mean,
I watched Castaway, so it kind of reminded me of you. You ever seen Castaway? Tom Hanks?
No, I haven't.
He gets stuck on an island, starts talking to a ball.
Wilson.
Yeah.
Wilson.
Wilson, yeah. It's kind of like this. But no, actually, it's like, well, there's nothing much you can do, right? So you just learn to be.
I think it's
learn to like just be alone at home. That's it. It's not like I mean, still I'm working, so I every day I'm like talking to people over the phone. But I guess people like imagine people if there's no one you're at home and you're not working, whatever.
Be like solitary confinement, like jail, right?
I don't know. Yeah. Be tough.
Stuff.
Be tough.
Oh, but that's cool. That's really good. And like, have you been doing stuff to improve yourself, like reading? Are you doing anything like to really kind of manage the time? Or
I've been reading a little bit. I mean, a little bit. 4 or 5 books so far. It's like more than the last 20 years.
Yeah. You're still into romance novels?
Harlequin?
No, porn.
It's the only guy that checks out Pornhub's audio stories.
Sounds like me talking to Laith in the same sound. No, I'm reading a book which is super good now, and you should read it. It's actually very good for the corporate life, I think. It's called it's actually never. What's the name of it? Like, it's so good that now I'm forgetting the name. Never split the difference.
I've heard of this book.
Never split the difference.
I've heard of it.
Never split the difference. Negotiate as if your life
depends
on it.
Yeah,
it's actually super nice.
That sounds counterintuitive to the win-win philosophy that most people try to adhere to. Is he saying something different, or he's just trying to?
You have this book
clickbait you with the title.
Getting to the yes, or the way of getting to a yes. Something I can't remember. Anyway, so is actually against this a little bit. He's trying to say, yeah, that's a good thing, but there's other way to get to where you are. So he's giving like few examples. Like literally, I was reading the book and I was like, that's a way. It's giving example of sentences. Literally, I like. That's a sentence. Next day, boom. First thing in one of our email, I was like, boom. I used a sentence and
it was effective.
It was quite effective. So
interesting.
It's a nice book. You read it like boom. It's like small chapter. It explains. You should put it down. It's actually don't
split the difference.
Don't split the difference. So never.
You show us, Laith. Come on, man. Do your job. Never split the difference. I'm in a reading phase. By the way, Laith is still working on his whole technical thing, right?
Never split the difference.
Never split the difference.
Yeah.
Who's the author? We got to show the shout outs to the author.
Chris.
The author is
Chris
Chris
Voss.
Voss.
Chris Voss.
Chris Voss. Nice. Chris Voss, I'm going to read your book.
Are you into audiobooks?
No.
No, you can't do it. You
can't.
prefer to read it.
I need to. The thing is, so I'm not. There's a lot of people, they watch, like, for example, Netflix.
Yeah.
They put a TV show, and that's it. And they don't even look at it, but they manage to follow it. For me, if I'm not sitting in front of the TV, watching the TV and listening, I'm not following it.
I got you.
Same with books.
Well, that's what he's saying, right? Is the retention.
Audiobooks, I need to just like be
completely focused on it.
There's an audiobook that I think you would appreciate. David Goggins, You Can't Hurt Me.
He has a book as well, right? Like
it's a book, but the audiobook is different because he does it like so.
Does he narrate it himself?
No, he doesn't. Okay. But he's in it, so he's got a narrator that does a phenomenal job narrating it. And then every chapter he'll stop, and then it's like a podcast. So he'll be like, okay, what the hell did you mean about the last sentence when you said this and this and that?
Okay, cool.
And David Goggins would give his own experience. So it's more than the book. Okay. So it gives you the book as an audio. Gives you that different perspective. Gives you the inside scoop. Okay. It's a really interesting one. It's very motivating. Yeah. Extremely motivating.
David Goggins, I think he has a world record for most pull-ups, right?
Yeah.
So he's
this guy's insane. I mean, you have to check him out.
Ultra long distance runner.
Go hard.
Yeah, ultra long distance runner. So
he was something like 300 pounds, loser, typecasted like, gangster look like black guy in middle America. I hope I don't get it wrong. And just one day he woke up and snapped out of it. Decided to join the military, and he talks about how his path to, I wouldn't call it greatness, but achieving what he achieved. It's insane. It's insane. You have to see it. You ask yourself, like, what excuse do I have for not achieving the best that I can do?
Yeah, it's limitations. You put limitations on yourself, man. That's what we all do.
Pretty cool. I liked it.
Okay. Yeah, I kind of like the audiobooks when I used to travel a lot.
Yeah.
It's kind of good. But I would agree with you, Steph. Like, the retention, as opposed to reading, is significantly less. So you retain less information. You remember, like, because you're not into it. Like, while you're walking, you're looking at people, you're listening to it, but you're, like, passively listening. So retention.
Life After Google. Could you have read that?
Absolutely. You know what's funny is that I listened to it, and now I want to read it because it was just so complex. Too much. Extremely complex.
Yeah.
Extremely complex. So it's a really good book as well. So Life After Google. It talks about like blockchain and basically the end of fiat currency and all of that. So
speaking of blockchain, did you hear about Bitcoin
doing a split?
Going up?
Going up.
Mm-hmm. Bitcoin's going up. I think, by the way, if we're going to give some advice around cryptos, I think it's a good time to invest in cryptos. So Bitcoin now is scheduled for a split, right? And they're suspecting
why?
It's something to do with the algorithm that's been set up and how they're doing it. And they're suspecting that will fuel a buy-in. And Ethereum, which I'm a big fan of, which I think is the best of the cryptos. Ethereum is coming with a 2.0 version. And the main difference is that it's no longer going to be a mining issue. It's going to be what they call staking. It's a different way to fuel additional coins. And by staking, you almost earn a dividend. So you have to hold an X amount of number of Ethereums. If I'm not mistaken, it's 32 Ethereums, which now are priced at about $200, $208. And then once you fill that category, you can start staking, which is generating. So you basically do is you give up the usage of your Ethereum to do transactions, and the transactions around smart contracts. It's way above my head, but I'm just giving it the best that I can do, and please look it up. Anyways, so while you're doing that, you're staking, so you could lock your coins and you get interest. And they're saying they suspect it's going to be in the range of anywhere between 6 to 10% on the value. And then in general, they're in Ethereum.
Yeah.
And because of that, they feel as though there's going to be a significant boost because it's going to generate. So one, it's going to fuel people to want to hold 32 coins at least to qualify for the staking and the interest. And then by default, you're just going to start getting more and more and more and more. So I'm a big fan of it. At $200, I think it's well underpriced. I really feel it's the future one way or another. So.
But it still needs to be adopted by the major
The problem is that by default, and this is again, the way I feel about it, by default, the regulators, the banks, the institutions in general don't want to work with it because they cannot benefit from it in the same way that they can benefit, because you eliminate the middleman. That's the whole point of cryptos, is that I can do a transaction with Steph anonymously, and it's completely secure, and it ensures proof of service, and a third party checks on that. So it's like a completely closed loop that doesn't need anyone. You don't need a regulator. You don't need anyone. So I think the adoption is going to come eventually, but it's going to come on the back of fiat money, of what we are used to using today, the currencies. I think they're not necessarily mutually exclusive, but I think in essence, that's going to have to go when this actually takes full adoption.
They can't both coexist.
They can coexist in this weird space that they're doing right now, which that crypto is almost acting like gold, like an asset value, and it's just kind of going up and down. People don't understand what's this really for. But I think once people see the power of the crypto, it will override. So yeah, I'm a big fan. So I just actually invested a little bit more Ethereum. So I'm banking on Ethereum coming through. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. Mm-hmm. See that. Interesting. Canadian guy behind it, by the way.
Really?
Vitaly Buterin. You're gonna have to check on his name. Went to Waterloo, if I'm not mistaken, and then dropped out. Super genius, super quirky, like interesting character. I think that was Leo shouting out to Vitaly Buterin. Yeah, no, interesting stuff, man.
Vitalik Buterin.
Yeah, Vitalik.
He's Russian, obviously. Russian-Canadian programmer.
Mm-hmm. Super genius.
What are you going to do when the situation, let's say tomorrow, the situation go back to normal?
What's normal? Like completely vaccine?
Like you say, there's no risk of getting infected. What are you going to do?
Travel.
Travel where?
Yeah. Canada. See my family there.
All right.
Yeah.
I think everybody wants to travel.
I think so too.
But if you traveling is like, because I want to travel as well. I guess you guys want to travel as well.
Yeah. We're really looking forward to go to Wuhan, to the wet markets.
Yeah.
Okay. Sightseeing.
That's probably going to be the best. No, all jokes aside, man. The thing is, I was promising Besma that we were going to go to Japan.
Yeah.
And we were hoping to do it now in May. Her birthday's coming up, blossom season. Unfortunately, that is no longer going to happen. So,
yeah. What about you?
Yeah, traveling is one, but I mean, like, what would you do here? Like,
nothing. I don't. You know what? I don't want to do anything differently. To be honest with you.
Okay, first restaurant you want to go back to. If you had to, like, because I mean, it's like I want to have like a good. Yeah, that's true actually. But a good dinner, good night out. What do you want to do? Like, nice meal. You treat yourself right. Good meal. Then you go out for a bar or whatever.
Are we shouting out? Look, we still don't have sponsors, so. Guys, we need sponsors at some point.
Mythos.
Yes. I like
Nola. Yeah. Both are good options. Yeah. DIFC options are good.
Les Petits Maisons. That's always. Les Petits Maisons.
Yeah.
You know what I like about them is they make the best creme brulee. Like the.
You know what I would love to try and I haven't tried ever?
What?
In-N-Out Burger.
Ooh.
Which one?
In-N-Out.
It's a franchise only in the US.
Okay. Shout out to my West Coast.
Yeah. Being a burger connoisseur, that's my ultimate goal. Is to that's a bucket list for me, is to try an In-N-Out Burger to find out what's this all hype about it.
Are they here in Dubai?
No.
Only in.
They refuse to franchise.
Okay.
They refuse to franchise, so they're like a privately owned chain.
Okay.
$1 billion franchise, and they're very West Coast oriented in the US.
Family owned. The daughter is the heirs.
The daughter is the heir. And she was like, I think she had some like personal issues.
She did.
And she overcame it and stuff. So, no, great play. I've never tried it either.
Yeah.
But they compare it, like the two giants of that is basically Shake Shack. And Shake Shack is East Coast and In-N-Out is West Coast. I don't know. I've never tried it. I can't say. I was disappointed by Shake Shack, so I never thought that it was.
Shake Shack is greasy.
Greasy,
yeah.
Big time,
greasy.
yeah.
Very greasy.
So I guess you don't get it. You're not gonna get any sponsor by Shake Shack, man. Sorry to say that.
Sorry, guys. We gotta keep our integrity intact. We only say things that are good because we believe that they're good.
Speaking of integrity, did you hear about the whistleblower in Amazon, the VP that
no
quit?
No.
Oh.
So there's this big VP engineer from Amazon working out of their Vancouver office. I don't know if you guys heard lately with Amazon. So there's been a lot of whistleblowers about how they're treating people that are complaining. So they fired people that complain about the
COVID situation because they're working through it and they're hustling through it.
So he apparently he forgave something around $1 million in salary and stock options.
Okay. Did they take it away from him, or you just okay? They took it away from him.
By resigning, he forfeits it.
So he resigned, or they terminated him.
He resigned.
Okay.
He resigned. He's saying that I'm not gonna. There's a lot of the way he, the sentence how he said is that it's there's a lot of toxicity within Amazon.
Okay.
And I'm not gonna drink it or serve it. So basically, that's how he was saying it. Is that I'm not gonna be part of the machine. If I stay here, I'm gonna be part of the people that are serving this toxic poison.
Interesting.
You know, of keeping. Mm-hmm. But interestingly enough, he said in his statement that he still believes that Amazon is doing its best to protect its employees, sorry.
Yeah.
It's just that there's some sort of toxic culture going on that's firing the whistleblowers.
Look, man,
kudos to him.
When you're that big, I think it's so hard to manage and please everyone. And by default, you're going to have people that are going to struggle with it, man. From an investment perspective, you know me, man. I'm a holder of Amazon. I really feel like it's an extremely strong business. I heard today that they're basically reinvesting I think it's about $4 billion that they've made. No, I think it's 4 is the number. All their profits from the last quarter are going to be reinvested into
protecting
COVID-based solutions. Yep. But yeah, it's a strong business, extremely smart. I think they come out on top at the end of this COVID situation. I think people get used to buying from home, man. I did it. I don't know about you, man. I don't know about you. Have you been buying stuff off Amazon?
Yeah, lately.
A lot, right?
Especially now during COVID.
I mean, without Amazon, I don't think we could have.
Yeah. Well, this is it. We've set up our equipment
through Amazon mainly.
Amazon and Thomann.
Shout out to Thomann.
Thomann. I think it's a German.
Yeah.
German. They specialize in all sorts of audio equipment. Shout out to Thomann. You guys got to check them out. If you ever want to start a podcast,
our laptops,
anything, films, everything, you got to be from there, man.
Our laptops, Amazon.
Yeah, for sure. Shout out to Dell. Mad respect, Dell. Dude, we're just trying to get all the sponsors.
We're whoring ourselves out there.
Yeah, we got to start figuring out how to monetize this thing. So we're doing this now. It's a pure a showpiece of love right now.
Yeah,
we're just doing this because we really want to do it. But eventually, guys, you got to help us out, man. Make some money. You know what I mean? Know what I mean?
Yeah, you know what I mean.
We gotta survive. The last time you came with a hat.
Yeah.
And this time you came with a hat.
Yeah.
Why are you depriving us from looking at your beautiful hair?
It's because
it's
getting crazy now. It's getting crazy.
You're still refusing to go get a haircut. You still got the fear.
Yeah. It's not. It's just like, look, I think it's like the place where where you can get it now, because there's so many people who just want to go there, and it's like it's like
true.
Client after client after client after client.
True.
So I'm like, no.
It's not worth it.
Yeah,
he just shaved it. Liz just dealt with it. I just shave anyways because I just don't have hair. But
you can do it.
Yeah, but no. I'm trying to see how long it's gonna go. Just
good for you, buddy. No thanks.
I'm trying to see and see how long it's gonna.
Is it ponytail level now? At this point, can you do a little small Ronaldo ponytail?
Yeah, I'm getting close to that.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not
Sorry,
like.
Which shampoo do you support?
Supporting Dovey. Yeah. No. It's just like I'm wearing a hat because it's easy. That's it.
Yeah. True. Fair. No, that's why I shave my head. It's easy. It's easy to shampoo. It's easy to get around. Yeah, I'm talking about the shampoo again. We had a whole spiel on the shampoo. I shampoo my bald head, guys. Sorry, I just do it. I like it. I'm used to it.
But you still have hair.
little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they can't see it on the screen or whatever on the camera. Like,
but it's there a little bit. I did a mohawk at the beginning of COVID. My wife, I kind of liked it at the end, I think. So she was kind of into it. It made me look like Chuck Liddell, if you guys know Chuck Liddell, MMA fighter.
It was good. You should make it again.
I put out a few pictures of it. Maybe at one stage I'll put it out. One where I'm like deep thinking. One of those.
In deep thought.
In deep thought. Cool, man. Cool. Guys, I think it's a good one.
I think we did
just staring at this guy. I'm like, we're gonna have some now.
Yeah, guys, we placed the order for KFC. KFC, I'll promote you guys free of charge, man. Mad love. I have mad respect for Colonel Sanders, all of the KFC people. So we wrap it up.
Let's do it.
Thank you, Steph, for coming.
Pleasure.
Thank you, Laith, for being here as always.
My pleasure, bro.
Guys, this is Stay in Your Lane podcast. My name is Namir. Subscribe, please. Show us some love. Hit the like button. Get that algorithm going right down there.
I need to do it in French.
And follow us and shout out to the
in French. Appuyez sur le bouton.
Yeah.
Juste là.
Yeah, so what he said, do that. Show us some love. And like I said, next episode we're gonna do it Saturday with Dr. Nick Mawad. Please check up on it. Should be online hopefully within a few days after that.
Yep.
See you later, guys. Much love.
We're out.